And now we would like to invite Mr. Altiran Soares.
So thank you so much for being here. I'll talk a little bit about the Research and Innovation in AI at the Instituto de Computação, Federal University of Amazonas. I will start with a little bit of introduction and context, and then I will pass to Juan, who will discuss the technical matters. So we are from the University of Amazonas, Instituto de Computação. What we do there in AI involves research and innovation, and we look forward to take care of the intersection of technology, sustainability, and people. Our commitment is to leverage AI technologies to tackle environmental, social, and economic challenges that are a very great challenge for our region and for Brazil as well. So we try to put our research experience and high impact in also build strategic partnerships to keep things going. And I will just talk about some of the projects, and then Juan will deep dive in one of these projects. So as a context, we are in the Amazonas state, which is the largest one in Brazil. Also has the largest hydrographic basin in the world. And we have, although it's a little bit optimistic, but the fact is we have 98% of the original forest preserved. And people are trying to lower this number, but still, we are there. Manaus City is, Manaus City is this gray area inside the green area. It's a city with 2.2 million inhabitants. We have like the sixth largest GDP among state capitals in Brazil. We have like 600 industries, and we have PET funding through tax waivers of companies like Samsung and Motorola. And inside it, you see this this green area inside the gray area. It's the Federal University of Amazonas. Our campus has 600 hectares, 109 undergraduate courses, and more than 40 graduate courses. Actually, the Federal University of Amazonas spans the whole Amazon territory from here and the frontier with Colombia and Peru through here in the frontier with Pará. And if you look, we have 5 campuses plus Manaus, and we have like 1.50 kilometers in diameter. It's probably the largest university in the world. I mean, my 3 minutes, we're done. So this is our institute, the Institute of Computing. We have 35 BDs there. We have graduations in computer science and software engineering, also computer engineering, applied mathematics. We have master's and PhD CS, CAPS level 6. And we have like more than 20 startups and 32 jobs that were out of the institute in the last 10 years. What we do there in AI, we are, I believe, the pioneering group in environmental monitoring. Juan will talk about that in a minute. I believe we have the national leadership in AI research applied to law, thanks to our partnership with a huge low-tech startup in Brazil. We have, we're on the top ranked graduate programs in computer science in the Amazon region. Several startups were created and are successfully developed from our institute. We have a partnership with many companies in the Manaus Industrial Hub, and also with international institutions. We have a lot of interdisciplinary projects with high impact conferences and journals. We also work on, of course, training students and professionals, and we'll try to have solutions for the local and global challenges. The name of the people, Juan is here, and I'm here at Tigran, but there are several colleagues that work with us in these AI initiatives. These are some of the projects we are involved. Juan will talk about this one, EcoLMM, but we have also many different projects in also monitoring, gene therapies, innovation in digital credit, legal texts, Brazilian public data, financial data, recommending systems, online reputation, many things in AI. But we are going to talk about how we are dealing with environmental monitoring with AI, and then I'll pass to Juan.
Thank you, Altigran, for your introduction. Thank you for the invitation, Fabio, and everybody here. I will talk about how to use AI as a tool for ecological monitoring or environmental monitoring. We have a group of research specialists on machine learning, and naturally we were concerned about how to use machine learning for our context, for the problem of Amazon where we are. This is a little bit of context. This is the preservation area called Adolfo Duque. It's near to the Amazon, Manaus City. It's this big green square here, near to the city. And this has it's a very big area to monitor. And this is Tefe. Tefe is near to Manaus, but it's not in the city. It's another place a little far away. This is also a preservation area where we can see a lot of jaguars, for instance. And this area are very difficult to do a manual or human monitoring of biodiversity because there are some implications. For instance, here, you see here, this is an antenna. This antenna has around 20 meters, and half of the year, during 6 months, the half of this antenna is covered by water. So the level of the river rise up to 10 meters in the flood season, and in dry season, okay, this goes down 10 meters. So this is very difficult for us to monitor or make environmental catalogs of species and do it manually. Go to the place and take samples is very difficult. So for that, we need the help of technologies to gather data and analyze data. So we have a lot of sensor indeed. We have cameras in those places. We have also microphones and other kind of sensors with different modalities. So one thing we was talking or thinking about how to integrate everything, these modalities and data set. It creates an AI agent able to process this data and interact and ask relevant questions about the environment. So we want to make a large multimodal model accessible for using this human interface, chat interface, to answer some relevant questions. This is our approach seeks to combine all different kind of data. We have tabular data. We also have ecoacoustic, bioacoustic record, visual information like videos, human annotations, and others data like, I don't know, we can also integrate environmental variables from weather stations. This is an example of how data set we already have. We have data sets from bioacoustics, and we have camera traps here in Mamirawa. And we have deployed these sensors in different regions. These are coordinates, geographical coordinates, so we can gather information from different places. So most of this data is spatial and temporal data. So this is a challenge to work with this data. And we have also manual annotated data sets. So we want to integrate all this data to achieve better conclusions about the data. Because you can achieve conclusion only looking annotations or videos, but maybe you want to achieve a partial conclusion or incomplete conclusions. If you can fusion your data to achieve better conclusions about what is happening. And why we want to integrate this data? Well, we want to enable a better understanding of biodiversity. And why we need, what do we need to integrate? Well, for all these modalities, okay? And how to integrate these modalities, the question we want to answer. And integration involves converting this data set into, okay, there are several ways to integrate these modalities, but one could be try to create an embedding vector for these modalities. Is not, I mean, there are several ways. This is just an example. So we can embed every modality as a vector and try to approximate the vector in a latent space, like this technique they use multimodality. Or we can use also RAG, information retrieval augmented, for retrieve some information we want to ask. For instance, how many jaguars will appear in some geographic location this week? Or in a temporal window of 24 hours and a specific region, how what are the co-occurrence of species? Sometimes are difficult questions, even if you want to do a data science analysis by hand. So we have all this data. Our idea is to produce one agent or several agents. Doesn't matter. I mean, the idea is the agent have capable to use, for instance, RAG, retrieval augmented generation, or Python tools to improve how the agent answers some question. And with this integration of data, we can produce, for instance, a graph of co-occurrence of a species or a species preference for some places. This is very important because we know that some species relies on another species to survive, or some species are in competition with another species. This data I produced using this agent, and this data includes 6 years of manual annotations. So I can make a graph of co-occurrence of a species, asking an LLM model, providing some data. In this case, the data was CSV file. So the agent was able to take this tabular data and produce some data analysis on the annotations. So in this particular case, wasn't necessary to train a specific agent to handle tabular data, because the agent was able to write Python code. And if the agent can write Python code, it can call tools. And with the tools, it can process the data and achieve some conclusion using the results from the tools. So we can embed this capability of handle multimodalities using tools, for instance. But there is other ways to make an agent be able to handle multimodalities. Well, our ultimate goal here is the output produced by the agent could be used for, keep ecological inventories up to date or take more informed decisions like politicians or people that are planning how to preserve an area or what is necessary to rewilding or reforestation, for instance. The ultimate goal is to plan better and efficient long-term monitoring strategies. This is just a small background, but when we talk about multimodal large models, we are talking about models that can receive in the input data sources that are different from text. So you can feed into the model data different, for instance, image or audio or video. And there are a lot of ways to do this. And this example is from the Chameleon paper. It's kind of decoder model where you embed into tokens a description of the picture, for instance, or questions. And also in the same prompt, you can embed a path from your image. You pick an image, segment into path, convert into tokens using there is a way to do this, convert it to tokens and input to the model as part of the prompt. And together with this, you can use also or combine prompting techniques. You can embed into the input image and use, chain of thought or reacts or other prompting techniques to answer questions about the data you. And this is this is a way, but we are proposing a little different. Of course, we want to use this this kind of foundational model for our propose, but we want this model be able to use tools and React. React is a framework where you give to the LLM the possibility to call or write Python functions and execute the functions, evaluate the output, and keep this in a loop until you achieve your conclusions or you are satisfied with the answers. And we can, we already have a lot of research about, for instance, algorithms for detections, species classification and detection, or bioacoustic index. We already have a lot of algorithms. So we don't need to fine-tune a model to do this because we have the algorithm. The algorithms are very good. So what we are proposing is to embed this, for example, model predict into a tool, a Python tool, that the agent is capable to call this tool, execute, and return the results. So this is something that we can do for all these modalities. For instance, if we want to calculate, for instance, biodiversity using bioacoustics, we can use another bioacoustic index, for instance, or something like that. And this has several advantages. This is modular, expandable, and customizable. And we can utilize or reutilize recognition algorithms I already have. And this is very flexible, and we can make automatic selection of these tools. Indeed, the agent will do these selections because the agent knows what every function can do. So the agent decide which tool call. And okay, we can do it, and we can also extend this approach using several agents with different capabilities and leave this agent talk between them, like a mixture of experts or something like this. And one of these agents could be, for instance, a multimodal algorithm like Chameleon, or there could be ChatGPT. Doesn't matter. The idea here is we want to use every possible tool that already exists to make this framework work properly. And for instance, we can use lang chains or lang graph. Lang graph is a way to create a graph of agents that can cooperate. There is a lot of challenges because we want to ensure, for instance, that the conclusions or the output of the agent is precise and the accuracy is good. And we have also be concerned about data leak of ecological data leak. For instance, we cannot allow the user to extract information from these ecological databases because there is a lot of problem with. I mean, in the Amazon there is a traffic of animals, and you cannot leave the people know where and when. For instance, a jaguar is it's going because the people would be dye the jaguar and sell the skin. So you have to take care and implement some guardrails to avoid this data leak. And if you allow the agent also to execute Python code, you have to take care of not allowed to execute every Python code. You need to put the agent into a sandbox or a Docker container. So there are more technological challenges. And we want to, the quality, the answers, and also we want to construct a benchmark data set to evaluate how well this agent can handle this multimodality data. Because at the beginning was one question I had was, okay, there are a lot of LLMs algorithms we can use, and which is better? I mean, here is an example. This is the LM Arena. I don't know if you know this system. This is, for instance, there are two models, randomly chosen two models, and are fed with the same image. This image has 3 monkeys here. And I asked to the model to describe the image, for instance. And this model provides this answer, and this model provides the other answer. So if we keep running this experiment, and every time we run this experiment, we choose different image and different models and ask to an expert or a user evaluate how the quality of the answer, we can do a ranking, like a ELO ranking, like the chess players, to evaluate which model is better, for instance, recognizing species from Amazon. This is very challenging. You know, you see the background is very difficult. The monkey is not totally full appear here. The monkey so it's challenging also for the classification algorithm to recognize. So we have to evaluate which LLM is better for every modality we want to integrate, for instance. And this is an example. I was playing with ChatGPT. We have a partnership with OpenAI, and OpenAI provide us some credits and for this API they had. So I went to the OpenAI system and I create my own version of this agent, for instance, and provide some tabular data and ask question and give some prompts, for instance, and the agent was able to produce plots with geographic location, a lot of things that are very useful. So, I mean, this technology is very useful for what we want to do. but we need to know how to use it properly. When you ask to the agent to produce a plot like this, the agent indeed we call pandas Python, provide the data and make this execute Python code to produce the plots, for instance. So behind the sign, behind the agent is just calling Python code to do that. So we can use this to improve the agents in our idea. Okay, this is a summary of what some things we already do in our laboratory. I don't know how many time I have. 3 minutos? Okay. Now we divided our work in three main lines of research. We have this part of ecoacoustic and bioacoustic monitoring, and we have also a branch on computer vision for fauna. And we already test and compare some LLMs using zero shot, few shot, and others techniques, providing these camera traps data. And we also have a IoT group for sustainability, which monitors water quality and rivers using a specific sensor to measure turbidez. I don't know how to say turbidez or pH. And okay, and I want to jump to one interesting work we did. One was this work about selecting frames from shots. Camera trap, when detect movement, take several snapshots, like 10 frames, and we have to select the frames with the animals and the frames without the animals. So we train several different algorithms to do that. And one of them was training a Siamese neural network to decide when an image is or not an animal. And another thing we do and publish also was this object detection algorithm. So we have already very good algorithm for process this data. So what we want to do is make tools for an agent to be able to use this algorithm. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. I don't know in English. Okay. So here is our preliminary evaluation about this. And we use, for instance, zero shot and large multimodal model. Here, for instance, we compare Gemini and GPT to see if they were able to say the image is empty or not. And this is our kind of heat map where we can see what the algorithm is seeing in the scene. Okay. Okay. We have also another work in progress. This is a segmentation, for instance, work in progress. And okay, we also I will stop here. We also have some hardware development in our laboratory. So we are trying to cover every aspect of this environment monitoring, from hardware development to software development. Thank you.
Questions?
Very nice. For the bioacoustic work, do you have like multimodal data sets that are aligned with like the bioacoustic and image and text and things like that, or do you expect it's an independent?
Alignment is a problem. Okay, what we can align data set using geographic position and time. I mean, we can take pictures and record sounds at the same time, but we cannot have manual annotations because the person is not in the place the same day in the same time. So alignment is something difficult, but we can achieve this synchronizing time in positions for data. So it's not difficult, but it's challenging. I mean,
yeah, I was curious also about the textual part. The text would be some annotation that someone describes what is happening.
This table here, for instance, was automatically generated. No, was not a human annotated table. And what we do here was, okay, we have this algorithm that's able to recognize objects, and the object recognition algorithm is the first step in this process. It's like a chain. You have the first step recognizing the animals, and you can tabulate this data. And once you tabulate this data like this, you can ask to look at the records of, for instance, weather station to see how was the climate or environmental variables values during this day, the day the jaguar appears. So we can merge the environmental data with the recognition of animals doing this. I don't know if I was clear, but you can merge data.
No, just because I was thinking the bioacoustics together with the vision would give more information, like in this case, for example.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay, why we are using bioacoustic? Because the image is very narrow. You know, you only can see the animal if the animal is going in front of the camera. With microphone, you can cover a broad area because you have an omnidirectional microphone and you can hear other species. Also, there are also species that are not in the land. For instance, you have birds in the canopy of the tree, so you need a bioacoustic to record the birds and try to recognize from the birds call or singing which animals are in the scene. So we need bioacoustic also.
Yeah.
No, nice presentation. Thank you very much. Are you planning only to using steady sensors, or are you planning also to using moving sensors? Right.
Like drones?
Yeah, like drones or.
We were planning. We don't have. We need to buy. We participate in some calls for funding. We don't have but we are planning. Sensors like drones with LiDAR are very useful to make a map or from the canopy of the tree and also the terrain, to see how this terrain is. We are planning, but we don't have.
Are you also using some tags that usually people put tags on animals?
Yes, the jaguar has this neckle, and the people follow this jaguar through the forest to see the path they go. But it's also very difficult because jaguars are very dangerous, and you have to capture the animal.
Yeah.
And capture the animal means you have to intervene, and we don't want to make this intervention because this change something. The jaguars are felinos, and when they notice the human presence, they go away. So we don't want to intervene. And the neckle send a beep, a radio frequency beep, and with a battery or 2-year battery. And after that, the neckle just fall. and you have to go there and recover it because otherwise it's pollution. So there is a lot of things you have to think when you, there is a species like monkeys, like Sawinji cholera, you cannot put a echo because this interfere the way they behave in the tree, could be dangerous also for the injuries for the animals. So, I mean, I prefer to do less invasive monitoring.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Oh.